Welcome to the Hope on the Hard Road podcast, where you and your family can find community, find encouragement, and find hope for the road ahead. Speak encouraging words to one another. Build up hope so that you will all be together in this. 1 Thessalonians 5:11. Hey guys, happy holidays. The holidays are coming.
Oh man, and there's good and there's bad. But hey guys, we're so glad you're joining us today. You know, we're here to talk about surviving the holidays. You know, holidays can really be a crazy season. We've had our share of holidays by now with our kids being 19 and 21. So definitely have seen it. And so we're just here to kind of talk and walk through it and realize we get it. So
that's right. And, you know, it's kind of like we all as parents tense up and we all need to take this like collective breath before we go into the holidays and sort of dive into those holidays because it's just crazy making. It's so hard. Our kids are off schedule and they're off in a lot of ways and we are under so much stress. Mm-hmm. And so we're here today just trying to speak to how to make those holidays a little less crazy and how to survive the holidays. So that's what we're talking about.
So one of the things we've done over the years is bring a bag. Okay, so it sounds like that, but you got to know your kid, and whatever the kid's favorite things are, you stuff as many of those things in a bag as you possibly can. Whether you're here locally or even it's in town or out of town. Yeah. You know, if you're in a car ride, you should see our car when we go on trips, and it's stuffed everywhere in the back seats.
Backpacks, boxes.
Oh, it really
potty.
is. Yeah, really. Mm-hmm. And then we get all these different dolls and pillows and all the kinds of things that can bring as much comfort to them as possible because it's really a big deal.
Exactly. And then making a schedule. You guys are probably up to here with schedule making. We get it. But making a schedule, I mean, even for us, it just makes things more regulated, right? You know what to expect. You know what time things are happening, or in general, what order they're happening. And so making a schedule, that can be a picture schedule. It can be a written schedule. It can be even a video schedule. But just basically letting your child, teen, or adult child know what's to be expected, what's coming up next, especially if you're out of your comfort zone and you're in an area where you're not familiar, right? So it just brings a little bit more of that comfort zone, lowers the anxiety, etc. So that's another helpful hint.
Yeah, definitely. Because if you don't make a schedule, they're going to make the schedule and they're going to anticipate the next thing. And it may not be what you want on your schedule.
Yep.
We've experienced plenty of that. And, Christmas break, we're not really off. We're still on, but we can do this in a way that really makes sense to the rest of the family.
That's right.
Something else, and it's if you're in your own environment, it's easier to do. But if you're not, it can be a little bit more a challenge, and that is create your own space. So if you're in your own home, you probably have a plan already in place on what you can do and so forth like that. Get them away. One of the big things with this is that our kids get on sensory overload real quick. And big families coming together, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of noise, there's a lot of volume, and our kids get overwhelmed in a hurry. And so being able to take them out of that situation and to, kind of have that calm down time. I think we could use a calm space too at times. All of us could benefit from this. So if it's in your own house and you can have company come to you, that's a great thing. That's not always possible. So trying to figure it out. I mean, I would say the most logical place for us is the backseat of a minivan and creating some environments there and calm video or something like that they can watch or debrief and just kind of get away for a bit. But sometimes something like create a space too could be, get out and go on a walk or something, get out of the environment, get a little bit of gross motor movement going too that helps the kid, kind of balance and regulate. And that's I think a big thing, just being creative with that. Sometimes the pool, well, I don't know about Christmas time, but
you might have to eat it up, but that's okay.
Yes, exactly. Could be, a created space. So it's not necessarily just kind of like this quiet room or something. It can be something else that can help your kid get regulated. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Take a walk. You probably already said that too, that we take multiple walks throughout the holiday season. So, and another part of this is making a plan for where you're going to go and who's going to be involved if something goes sideways, because it often does, right? So, but if you know that you can recruit family members to distract and redirect your child, your teen, your adult child, that's a great help, right? Maybe they can go take them for a walk, those sorts of things. If there is a complete meltdown, where am I going to go? What space is safe? Is there, issues with things in the way? Can we kind of clear that space? Can we put a bean bag there? Is there an option for just, like a movie room or things like that? Just something where you have made a plan for where to go and who to call on, and educating your family and friends as to what might happen,
big time.
So that they can be a support and they can understand to the best of their ability what's going on, what the needs are for the moment. So yeah, that's another helpful hint.
One of the things too, I would not feel guilty if you're not the first one to go making the meals and do some of these things.
Yep.
If you put that on another company that don't have the same kind of family situations and constraints of a special needs child, don't feel guilty if they're the ones making the meal, especially, at a different situation, and because you need to be able to create an environment for your kid and have all hands on deck, all eyes on that child. It's really a big deal. And I think we all face a lot of guilt and overdone expectations, and you don't need to feel that. Family should come alongside and say, hey, this is what I need. I'm not lazy. I'm just working with my child and being able to need this. So definitely making a plan and educating. We're always advocating, and sometimes it's in families, sometimes it's out of families, but we always seem to be advocating for what our needs are and for the families, and educating what's going on with our child. So and that kind of leads into this, give yourself some grace.
Yeah.
There's no room for perfectionists. Our kids tell us or show us so often, that, what we expect sometimes out of life is not really what, the Lord would want for you. And these kids, the things happen, and expect it, and kind of do as much as you can to just kind of roll with it. And that guilt thing, don't feel guilty for what you're doing, what you have to do to support your family. Don't feel guilty if you can't be involved in every little bit, or some kind of intense conversation with your family that just might not happen. Pull up and do a phone call at a different time. But just being together and having low expectations and appreciating those things is a big deal during the holiday season.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So such a message to the parents listening to give yourself grace. It is so needed and so right. It is a good thing. So anyways, we just want to give you guys a couple helpful hints about how to survive the holidays, because we know, we get it, we're living it, we continue to live it. So anyways, we hope that helped you, and we hope that brought a little hope into your life. So happy holidays to you guys, and we will see you back here in the new year. Bye. Resources and contact information for today's podcast will be included in the show notes. If you enjoyed this podcast, please share us with others and be sure to follow us so you won't miss an episode. And we'd love to hear from you, so please leave us a comment or rating and connect with us on social media or on our website at hopeonthehardroad.org.